Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Winter's Tale and we get to hear from Paulina today with one little input from First Lord. She's got one long monologue and the First Lord has just a little tiny bit in it. So we're going to do it all in one fell swoop. So what has been happening in this scene is Hermione has been on trial. Hermione, who just gave birth a couple of days ago, and then her child was snatched away from her and sent out to the forest to fend for itself, meaning probably die. Antigonus has gone to take care of that. And Leontes has added to the number of charges against her, saying that she and Camillo conspired to kill Leontes, which was never one of the things that was on the plate before. It was all about her sleeping with Polixenes and this baby being Polixenes' kid. Polixenes'. So she did her best to defend herself. Leontes threatened her with death. She said, "Bring it, I don't care, but I'm going to clear my name first. Let's hear what the oracle has to say." They opened the envelope from the oracle, which said that she's innocent, that Polixenes is innocent, that Camillo's innocent, that Leontes is a tyrant and he's going to die without an heir unless he fixes all of this stuff and all of those sorts of things. And Leontes, in his rage, decided that he didn't think that the oracle was even telling the truth. So he started ranting on that, at which point a messenger came in to say that their son Mamilius died, at which point Hermione passes out, and Paulina and some other people take Hermione off stage while Leontes has a moment where he's like, "Oh, this is because I didn't believe in the oracle. My son has now died. This is bad. This is really bad. And how horrible of me to not believe in that." And Camillo was really a good guy. And he spent a good portion of yesterday's monologue talking about what a good guy Camillo was and just sort of saying, like, "I'll re-woo my wife and I'll apologize to Polixenes at some point." But he was like really focused on Camillo, which is a little bit odd. So anyway, he has said that, and then Paulina comes back in and she's like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And they're like, "What?" And she unleashes on Leontes, saying, "What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What, wheels, racks, fires? What, flaying, boiling, in leads or oils? What old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancies, too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad indeed, stark mad. For all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betrayedst Polixenes, 'twas nothing. That did but show thee of a fool, inconstant and damnable ingrateful. Nor was't much, thou wouldst have poisoned good Camillo's honor to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses, more monstrous standing by, whereof, I reckon, the casting forth to crows thy baby daughter, to be or none, or little, though a devil would have shed a tear out of fire ere done. Nor is directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honorable thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is not, no, laid to thy answer, but the last. O lords, when I have said, cry woe. The queen, the sweetest, dearest creatures, dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet. The higher powers forbid. I say she's dead, I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or luster in her lip, her eye, heat outwardly or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But, oh, thou tyrant, not repent these things, for they are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting upon a barren mountain, and still winter in storm perpetual could not move the gods to look that way thou wert. Pardon. So, Paulina is now the one that is full of fire, because what happened off stage when they took Hermione off stage is that she died too. So Paulina she's just beyond livid at this point and doesn't even care that it's a king that she's talking to. She's like, you know what, you've done stupid things in the past, but these jealousies that you have imagined in your mind, which are stupider than small children could come up with, outdoes all of it. And it's not even a big deal that you thought that Polixenes was a bad guy. It's not even all that bad that you wanted to taint Camillo's honor by having him poison a king. Let's talk about the fact that you sent your infant daughter out into the woods to be devoured by crows. And let's maybe talk about your son who died because he couldn't believe that his dad would imagine that about his mother. But above all this, your accusations, your actions, and your refusal to believe her mean that the queen is now dead, and that rests firmly on your head, and there is no way that you can ever repent for that. You can pray for 1,000 years, naked, starving, freezing on top of a mountain, and you will never be able to repent for what you've done in causing the death of your queen. We should all have a girlfriend like that. Love Paulina, love Paulina. And Leontes, because what she doesn't know is that he had that little change of heart while she was off stage with Hermione, while Hermione was dying. She doesn't know that he came to the realization that his refusal to believe Apollo is what caused his son to die and his wife to faint. So Leontes is like, you know what? You're right. Say more. I deserve it. Bring all of it. I deserve it. And the first lord, who had the little interjection in the middle there, is like, shh, that's a king. That's a king that you were talking to. You've said enough, and you should be lucky to get away with your life for having spoken to a king like that. And Paulina has a response to that we will get to hear tomorrow. So I will see you then for that.